In the last few years, I've been on a journey trying to learn more about my heritage and reconnecting with my ancestors. So in the future, I actually want to wear more authentic and historic clothing that the Bugis people actually used to wear. For those who don't know, I was born and raised in Australia, still here, but my parents are actually Bugis, and they're from the island of Sulawesi in Indonesia. So the Bugis or Buginese are an ethnic group. I'm Laluka and welcome to my channel, Laluka Ancestors. If you want to know more about the Bugis people and follow me on my journey reconnecting with my heritage, please subscribe. As you can see, I'm wearing the traditional clothing of the Bugis people. It's actually originally only for the nobility class, but nowadays anyone can wear it. But most people would just wear it for special occasions like weddings or formal events. But it's not just this that the Bugis people wore. There were like lots of different variations. A lot of it has got to do with the sarong, or we call it lipa. But anyway, it's this piece of fabric you wrap around your waist. Historically, Bugis men would have just worn the sarong and then didn't wear a top. It wasn't until maybe the 17th century when Europeans started coming in that they started wearing tops like shirts and jackets. But I do not really want to recreate that. I don't want to go topless because I have scars from surgeries that I had. So I had loose skin surgery because I used to be a big guy, and also I had like another surgery where I almost passed away because I had holes in my bowel. But anyways, there's other variations I can wear. I've seen in old photos where they pulled up the lipa up to here and like not wear a jacket or shirt underneath. And apparently the Bugis men had two types of trousers. Well, I wouldn't consider them trousers. Like one was like looked like shorts really, that was above the knee, and they had one that was just a bit over the knee. And I've been looking at photos from museums online to see what they look like, and maybe in the future I can get one made or go back to Sulawesi to see if they actually still make them. I would say my journey to appreciating traditional clothing happened when I was a kid because my mum made us take photos in traditional clothing. So the Bugis wedding outfit, the nobility outfit, which I'm wearing now, very similar to that. And also I wore the Javanese traditional outfit. Also, I don't just want to wear historic clothing of the Bugis people. I also want to wear clothing of similar Austronesian peoples of maritime Southeast Asia. So the Makassarese or the Makassar people who are closely linked with the Bugis, they share a lot of customs and everything, but they were more influenced by the outside world more because Makassar was a port city, so there was a lot of trade and a lot of people going through. I'd also love to try traditional clothing found throughout the maritime Southeast Asia region. I don't see it as cultural appropriation, I see it as cultural appreciation because I want to learn more about your cultures and I want to feel it, I want to experience it. And also, we share ancestors, we share blood. Thousands of years ago, we probably had the same ancestors. It's just about respecting other people's cultures. For example, when I went to Malaysia, I decided to buy traditional historic Malay clothing because I was staying at Terapuri. It's a resort that has all these old houses, and I was like, I want to pose with the houses in the traditional clothing because I feel it's respectful in a way because I'm wearing the clothing that the inhabitants of the house might have worn, or wearing the clothing in the region the house is located in. And I think that shows you've done your research and that you're interested in learning about the people and the traditions. Also, to me, you're supporting the local economy and you're supporting local artisans and craftspeople. Like, I spent a lot when I was in Malaysia. Actually, every region of Malaysia, I kind of bought a traditional headwear. So these are tanjak, and I took photos posing with the old buildings or old houses, and I met some amazing people. And yeah, like, I love to support creative types. I'm a creative type myself, but I'm just not practicing. I was so inspired when I went to Malaysia and found people who are interested in learning about their Malay heritage and history and wearing the clothing of their ancestors and doing archery and doing crafts. It's amazing, it's beautiful, and I want to do more of that. I bought the traditional Malay headwear that was local to the different regions that I went to. So for example, I went to Kelantan, and took photos with the houses, or with the palace actually, Istana Jahar in Kota Baru, with a traditional tanjak which is local to that area. So yeah, I've seen other YouTubers that wear historic clothing and I'm so inspired by them because, you know, they're like wearing clothing from, like, you know, 1800s or whatever period of time that they're interested in, and that's really cool. So a few years ago when I first started my journey of trying to learn more about my people, I found sarongs or lipat that my parents left over, and I started just putting them around my shirt, or around my waist, and just mixing it up with contemporary clothing, and I still do that. But now I'm kind of at the stage where I want to wear the full-on clothing. I think even Bugis people don't really wear that historic clothing as much. It will only be like probably a small group that maybe does practice history or do the traditional ceremonies, and yeah, they would wear something like this. The males would wear something like this for traditional ceremonies or something special, like special occasions like weddings or formal events. But yeah, I need to do more research to find out more about what Bugis people wore. But yeah, there's definitely more styles to this. There's more ways. I need to find out ways to tie the sarong, lipa. Apparently with this, so this is the songkok tobone, wearing it on your head a different way means a different thing, and also um, it depends on your rank. So certain positions I can't do, well back in the day I couldn't do. So I've been looking at old photos and I've been reading some information about traditional Bugis clothing, but I love looking at the photos. Like, I really love looking at old photos and seeing what people used to wear. I would say clothing is my number 2 interest when it comes to cultural things. I actually love learning about traditional houses. That's like my number 1 thing, but traditional clothing kind of goes along with traditional houses, I feel. And clothing is such a important part of expressing yourself. It's so important to learn, and with clothing and like with everything to do with life back then, especially with Austronesian peoples, everything meant something. Like, they wouldn't just make something because it looks pretty. Like, it would actually mean something. It would hold some relevance. It would be spiritual, or it would just, there'd be a reason behind it, like a strong reason. So yeah, maybe I have to go back to Sulawesi and go on a journey to find some clothing and maybe get some made, I don't know, but I really do need some more new sarongs, lipats. I love this style. Looks a bit Scottish, eh? Maybe I'll make a video about traditional Bugis clothing in the future, go more in depth. And yeah, I really want to start wearing clothing, historic clothing. of my people. I also think it's pretty cool if people wear historic clothing when there's not a special occasion, so just like every day. Hopefully one day I might get to that level, maybe I won't, but yeah, we shall see. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you resonate with this video. Maybe you're someone who wants to reconnect with their culture or history and wanting to wear clothing that your ancestors used to wear, or you're just interested in historic clothing or you think it looks better. Yeah, please consider subscribing and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.